Okay, so today I want to talk about being a medium okay mom. And I know that for many of you, you're thinking, no, I want to be an exceptional mom. I want to be the best mom in the world. And we all want that. And I'm not saying don't try for that. I'm just saying there aren't any magic steps that get you to being the best mom in the whole world. And the easiest way to be the best mom in the whole world is to have zero children, and then give advice to everybody because you know what it would be like and you know the right answer. And the second one is to get lucky with your first baby and get like easy baby, sleeps all night, never gets sick, starts reading early, all the things that they're just ahead of schedule all the time. That's helpful. But if you have two kids, your best mom concept is going to be just going downhill because when you think you figured it out with one kid, the next kid's very different. They respond different. They're just a totally different person. And it happens. That's how life works. So we happen to have four biological kids. And when our youngest of those kids was about 14 or 15, we adopted a sibling group of three. And they were 10, 3, and 2. The 10-year-old, um, it was really hard. He'd been moved around a lot and been rejected by all the moms in his life. So I was just another one of those moms. And one day, I don't even remember what the situation is, but I'm trying to help him accomplish a goal. And he's just angry and yelling. And he says, "Why are you doing this to me?" And I said, "Because I love you." And he says, "You." And I was like, "What? No, no. I mean, I'm the good guy. I'm the one that adopted you. All my friends have said, you're so lucky to be here. But that kid is not feeling any of that. They're not feeling any of that." And that moment was a real change in how I viewed myself as a parent through the eyes of my kids. That what I think I'm intending for good doesn't go in that way for them. And I have a great example. My grandson went in and got a little procedure done on his belly. And my son thought it'd be a really good idea to tell him, don't look at it because then it will heal faster. See? Good. Problem solved. He's not going to look at it. He's not going to touch it. I've averted, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. Well, that evening comes and it's time to get changed to go to bed. And this little guy has a tantrum because if you take his shirt off, you look at it. And it goes on for days where he's like, "No, you can't look at it. You can't change my clothes. You can't do this because you're not supposed to look at it because it'll heal faster." And so here my son thinking he's doing this really great thing and solving a problem has just created a series of problems. And this is all of parenting. This is all of parenting. If you're a young mom with little tiny kids, I mean just get ready, embrace it, enjoy it, and know that you're not always going to get it right. So we have four bio kids, we adopt three kids, and then years later, we get a call from adoption agency that there are these three little brothers who have been in nine homes. They're 2, 3, and 4. This isn't bio family stuff where they've got push back and forth. This is foster system things. And they need an experienced household. Well, I'm like 50 at the time, 50 something, 57 or whatever. And I'm like, my husband's like, yeah, how did we say no to that? Those three little boys need a home. And man, they were so bad. They were so bad. It was funny. Like I'm sure what a young parent would get upset about and feel like anxious about. We're like, wow, it's like off the charts. But we know that with time and love and care and good food and playing outside and using up all that energy, that a lot of those things are going to just take care of themselves because there's no reward in them at our house. So one day we're out and we're having this grand adventure. We get home and I'm making this food that they love. And the one little brother, so this is about a year later, he says, um, "This was the best day ever. You're the best mom." So he is 5 at the time. And the 4-year-old says, I would say medium okay. It's like, I'll take medium okay. Because when we got this little guy, when he was 3, he hated my guts because I made him do everything for himself because he could do everything for himself. He just learned helplessness and having people wait on him and do things for him and carry him at 3 years old, carrying him. And so I went from being hated to medium okay, and I was really excited about that. So you're thinking, well, that's great, but like when your kids grow up and they get older, they're going to understand and appreciate you. Um, maybe, maybe I can just say maybe, and they'll appreciate some things about you, and then some things they will consider their trauma from their childhood, and some of those things they'll be right about because you're not perfect. And I was 22, 23 when I had my first kid. I chose to depress and sleep a lot and stay in my room a lot for about the first, I don't want to say 8 years of my parenting, 4 kids in. Um, got really good counseling and friendship with people that really helped me along so that um, I do know the kids we have now that are 9, 10, 11 that live in our home that are we've adopted, they're getting a very different parent than the 23-year-old me. We're talking 40 years later. I have learned a lot and I enjoy them a lot more. So it's okay to be a medium okay parent because you're going to do some good things. You're going to do some things that one kid loves and do some things that that same kid hates, but this kid loves. And that's just the way life goes. So the solution is to be working on yourself, to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to serve my family. I'm going to do what's best for my family today. And means a whole lot to me because I broke my right foot and my left ankle a few months ago and was incapable of doing just about anything. Like I was in bed for about a month and I got to listen to my household as my husband, who's retired, is taking care of our 3 boys. And even now, I've realized there's a lot of things where I would step in because 3 little brothers that are really close in age, um, they argue a lot. Can you believe it? And I'm listening and I'm thinking, well, their dad doesn't step in on all these things. And it turns out fine because they work things out, they figure it out. And so that is the new thing that I'm working on is to give them some time to solve their own problems before it comes to blows and step in later. So here's the goal to make sure you're a medium okay mom at the minimum for across the board for your children. Work on yourself. Pay attention to what you're saying, how you're saying it, what you're doing, the example you're setting. And I think you'll find in the long run, you will be better than medium okay for most of your kids. But quite frankly, some of them will just think you're medium okay. And um, that is not a bad place to be because you're imperfect. So go out tomorrow morning, wake up and start all over, have a new day, and keep that in mind that you're okay just the way you are, but you should continue to grow.